We're here in the gifting suite after hours with Annika of Hello Saferide. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. And you just had set number 2 here at Tex.
Yeah.
Are we done for Culture Collide?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was our Culture Collide?
It's been really fun.
Yeah?
I've had such a good time.
And have you played in Los Angeles before? Or is this
No, this is my first time.
this is your
actually.
maiden voyage,
Yeah.
as we would say?
Yeah.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on LA? Is it what you expected or not?
It's really, really nice, and it's so like, for me, for coming from Sweden and from the northern parts of Sweden, it's so beautiful and sunny. But it's also very weird for me to be talking like to different people of the music industry, because Swedes are very like, we don't like to talk a lot about ourselves, and we're pretty shy.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of like change my personality when I come
You
here.
have to become the businesswoman of it
Yeah.
all. Yeah. Well, that's funny you say that, because your music is rather, as you said, you have to hear me speak about another breakup or another relationship. You're very actually, open about your life and your stories with the music, but it's just a little bit different when you're talking about your music with business types.
Yeah, but I think also a lot of my music is like a lot of the lyrics are made up and some are not. So it's like a mixture of that. But I think that also because everything is so like emotional for me when I write, I think because of that it gets really weird like talking about it, because it feels sort of almost intimate. Like are you supposed to know this about me?
You're like the word, I already wrote it and it's out there. Let's not like deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the song.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I saw your set. I caught a little bit of it the other day, but I watched the whole thing today. And you are amazing at walking the line of wit and humor, and also very sincere. And even when moments like with the Pin Pal song, for instance, where it hit a moment where you said, I'm lying, I'm really this person. That there's a joke there, but at the same time, that joke comes with some sadness, and then it goes back into the true tale of the Pin Pal song. How did this happen? I mean,
thank
you're
you.
rather a witty person, but you also are able to be very real at the same time.
Thank you. I think I try to, because for some reason I can't really get, I don't get touched by things if they're not a bit funny as well.
Yeah.
Like I always like that mixture of funny and sad, and I always like it when people don't really know if it's funny or if it's sad. So we're like sad and happy at the same time. So I think it's just like that's what I want out of music.
Yeah.
To really like feel it.
Yeah, and it definitely comes across, because there's certain songs that are, definitely straight ahead with the wit and the humor, and then those ones like that one, and that just walk the line between both. And actually, I was sitting across from a woman that started crying during the song about the daughter that never was.
Yeah.
So you take hold of a room in a very you're a puppeteer with people's emotions out there.
You. This is the best interview I've ever done.
I know, it's
Thank
really
you so
just it's a Hello Saferide stroke fest right in here.
This is coffee, by the way, Mom.
Yeah, this is coffee. This is pure vodka in a water bottle, just like in high school. I don't know if that's how they did in Sweden. So we did in Portland, Oregon. So what's next? You say you like to wear a lot of different hats with music.
Oh yeah. Sure.
You're like, no, I hate hats in real life, and I never see me in a hat.
Yeah.
Maybe a feathered beret, but that's about it. So you also have another band. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, I have actually a band in Swedish as well called Saferide, which is we just released an album in Swedish, so it's going really well. So it's fun, but it's also weird when you have like two different projects, and I have like different voices in the both bands.
Yeah.
So I had to find my Hello Saferide voice back, because I've been touring a lot with Saferide. So
is that a hard transition?
it is kind of hard, because this is a Swedish lesson you never wanted, or a language lesson, but Swedish is kind of like, it's a harsh language, whereas English is much easier to sing. So in Swedish it's more like I sing much lower and like much harsher.
Yeah.
But I can sing more vocals in English.
Like so that's what I've talked. A lot of bands actually that are not singing in a band from Poland was telling that they chose not to sing in Polish. They wanted to sing in English
Yeah.
because just how it lends itself to, you know, the melody of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel vulnerable being out there with two personas at all as far as voice wise? Does it ever feel like you're kind of letting them behind the curtain of, you know, the fact that it is performance, you know? Does that make sense?
No, I don't really understand.
As far as is it like you sing this way in Hello Saferide,
Yeah.
you sing this way in this band. Do you ever feel vulnerable as a showman, like that they can tell that you're putting on this different persona from place to place? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think it's because it's really interesting because there's not a lot of pop music that's being sung in Swedish because Swedish people are pretty good at English. So
Yeah.
a lot of the people are just singing in English all the time. So I
Yeah.
really wanted to try to make music in Swedish. So I kind of have to adjust to the language that we have and the popular culture. So I think I hope people understand.
So
that.
this is almost a challenge to both yourself and to the general public to enjoy the native tongue in pop music.
Yeah, it is. And it's so interesting because there's a lot of like if you sing like I love you in English, everyone has heard that so many times.
Yeah.
But in Swedish, if you say jag älskar dig, which is the equivalent to it, it's like it hasn't been sung a lot of times.
How do you say it?
Jag älskar dig.
Jag älskar dig?
Yeah, pretty good.
Is that not bad?
Yeah, pretty good.
Jag älskar dig. That's kind of fluidity to it. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Well, this is truly thank you very much for playing Culture Collide twice, and for, you know, this interviewer himself was very, very touched as a person that enjoys humor and music all at the same time, and usually sees it done in a far too shticky and tongue-in-cheek sort of manner, and this was rather honest. So thank you. Hello,
Thank you.
Saferide.
Thank
Annika.
you.
Culture Collide.